Yeah, what I'm more concerned about Thunder Predator than what the individual players are playing is just what we've seen from them so far, being a bit disconnected and not hitting their stride in the games. I want that game that inspires confidence in me from this team to really see it. I guess there was one series yesterday that Thunder Predator played that we didn't see here on the main stream, I believe. It was played on the secondary stream, where they, I think, got a draw. It was, if I'm not mistaken. But the games we had yesterday here, they kind of just got destroyed, and this last game was no different. So I want this confidence boost. I want to see them get together and make these kills and put pressure on VP. Like, I think it was a nice way that Mira said it earlier. Effie on the panel said we want to see the teams from yesterday who fell short, not necessarily win their games, but just look very competitive. And I haven't seen that from Thunder Predator yet. So I hope in this game we get to see it. I think the Storm last pick is a good way of doing it. Like you said, it's playing to Leo-style strengths. They can play more explosive in this game. They have the Ice Blast. They have a fast carry in the Weaver compared to Terrorblade last game. More tempo in that direction. Their offlane, I think Lina Mars is stronger than Mars Willow in the early laning stage. So they're trying to double down on being better in lanes, and that, I think, is a good choice after what happened to the last game. So let's see if it works.
Definitely agree with that. And of course, the two games that we saw yesterday with Thunder Predator, they ended up having some issues because they kept going for that first pick Brood, which I think a lot of people would agree is just not very good anymore.
No, absolutely not. It felt a little outdated, basically. And I will always give strategies like that the benefit of the doubt. Like, I have my own opinion on Brood and how much it's been nerfed. And obviously, if a team can first pick it and win, then that's amazing. But yeah, what happened yesterday did not make a good case for that, and they just dropped it, right? They dropped it for today. So yeah, something I wanted to talk a little bit about in this game is how... Okay, hang on, I'm getting a disruption top. This is actually... He's full surrounded. Okay, has the Tango. There was a path out there for MJZ. I think it's interesting how VP approached the draft from the first pick's perspective, right? That's something I'm going to be keeping a lookout for in this tournament is the teams that are doing really hot, what do they do on first pick? Because we have our impression that second pick is just better. What VP did this game was that they closed out the first phase with the key core of their lineup because they know later on in the draft, if you pick your key core, then there's still going to be counter picks at every turn.
Right.
So they're grabbing that early, and then they're banning for it in the first ban phase where they have multiple good bans to go. So they pick that first phase Terrorblade, and then they banned out, what was it? They banned out PL and another TB counter, maybe even 2 additional ones to enable for that, which is in stark contrast to what Thunder Predator did last game, where they picked the Terrorblade as first pick on the 4th overall pick for themselves, only to have it counterpick twice, right?
Right.
So I think this is an interesting approach that we might see other teams be doing more as well. We're going to get more data, of course, as the tournament progresses, but a little bit of a teaser maybe of things to come.
I mean, that's part of the fun, right? The fact that you get these changes and we get to see how teams adjust in real time. You know, it's definitely a treat. And sometimes, you know, things work really, really well. And other times we see some epic fails. But either way, it's great Dota to watch. As long as it's not your team getting absolutely obliterated.
Good pressure up here from Thunder Predator. Weaver AA, very, very formidable lane against these low burst lanes. You just win the harassment war usually. You have the chilling touch, you have the Weaver getting Geminate attacks off, Shikuchi, just the non-stop harass is forcing Save to use his healing salve there. And they also managed to kill Kingslayer's Courier bottom before it delivered items. So another potential laning victory here coming in for Thunder Predator if they find an opening. This is already, for me, looking much better than last game for starters. And we might get first blood here. Leo style.
Leo is trying to see if he can outplay here. Has to be careful, though. When he popped that Fairy Fire already, he might get turned back around on GPK. Just outplaying Leo here in the middle lane.
What? How did he think he was going to win that? GPK still had Flame Guard on and like 150 health. And he ran into him in melee range without having a Remnant ready.
Well, as you like to say, Cinderin, players are indeed human. Sometimes,
they are.
You know, perhaps they're feeling pressure. Perhaps they feel, you know, we need to give a better showing than what we have done. So
that's not the way to do it.
Yeah, MNZ needs to be very careful here because they had too much damage. Although they will be able to get a return kill over on DM, but now MJZ also not looking particularly healthy. Does have 2 stacks of that Shadow Poison on him. Not going to be quite enough to take him out.
He needs 4 here. I think he needs 1 more. Okay, he could pop it there. The healing salve was used. I don't know if he noticed that or could hear it. Or not could hear it, yeah. He saw it, rather.
That'd be some hacks there if he could hear it. There's something wrong.
Yeah, he was in daytime vision and popped the poison, so dropped the salve there. And that means MJZ's basically standing up here with almost no resources. I think in that situation, you don't use your salve. You hope you survive the 3-stack poison. And if you die, you get a full refill and you come back to lane. And if you don't, then you can salve when the stacks have expired. But using the salve for a little bit of healing only to get it interrupted is basically throwing the 100 gold down the drain. Huzzah. Ember's getting level 6 in 1 creep. He could actually kill Leo style here, GPK, with a Spirit Bomb. Let's see if he does it immediately. I would love to see it.
He's playing a little carefully right now, though. Looks like he's respecting.
I really thought he was going to just pop his sticks and throw 3 remnants in Leo Styles' face and disperse it.
We call that the NA special, where you just throw everything at him and all of a sudden, like, uh-oh. Now you're stuck. Now you've got a problem. MNZ here is looking very dead. As, again, he will die in that top lane. Bottom lane, Moose is taking a lot of harass here from Kingslayer. He's been landing all those spirits. Nightfall coming back in. He wants his kill on Moose. Is he going to be able to do it? Spear over to the side. They'll be able to take down Moose, but they should be able to take down Kingslayer here. Now Frank needs to get the heck out because you do not want to give a kill over to Nightfall. But looks like they're just going to run right back to the wave here.
I think they're still very very content with the bottom lane, right? You're doing very well in the Terrorblade. The Mars isn't doing so well. They have a feeling that Mars is being out-farmed. They probably don't know exactly by how much, but they've managed to play Terrorblade Phoenix into Mars Lina and win the lane. That is very good for Virtus.Pro.
It's like Leo was able to pick up that Arcane Rune just a little bit faster than GPK. Have a bit more sustainability here in the lane. But like you said, this is a hero that, needs a little bit of farm, needs some time to come online, so aren't going to see him be super active unless he gets a very good rune of opportunity.
Yep. Arcane Rune, obviously, one of the 2 best you can get.
No, pops the stick charges here. It's going to be those Searing Chains that drag back. Oh, he's sitting so low, but almost falls to GPK. But in the top lane, again, another kill on MNZ. This Weaver is struggling.
And it's not going to get any easier when Beastmaster hits level 6. Then you're also dealing with the Primal Roar, and your support cannot do anything to save you. There's no repositioning spell, there's no mitigation spell, there's no healing spell in this AA. It's that's something that AA just flat out does not offer that a lot of 5s have in them in the laning stage, is some sort of, support.
Yes.
Technically speaking. So when the carry falls behind in an offensive lane like this with AA, it feels really bad because what your lane wants to do is hard to accomplish when Beast hits level 6. You can't play aggressive anymore because they're just stronger than you. It's a level 6 Shadow Demon.
He's gotten...
Holy shit!
He's gotten a lot of assists and some kills here.
He's level 6 minute 7.
Yeah, this is why I said, I saw that Shadow Demon, I saw save. Like, this guy is very, very good with this hero, living up to his name, so to speak, in a lot of games as well.
Yeah,
he plays
true.
it.
I mean, he could just go and solo kill the AA right now if he wanted to. If he gets a disruption here in the Sentry, that could have also been a potential kill. Yeah, that's dangerous. That is very dangerous. He's giving solo experience now over to DM to get him up to his level 6. Gonna go and stack the camp once again. This is something that is... Okay, I think... Oh,
just barely
got that one. One of the strengths of Shadow Demon, very good at stacking camps.
Indeed, as Moose and Leo style have to get the heck out. That Sun Ray followed with the Remnant's not looking good here for this Storm Spirit here. Perhaps they can get a return kill? No, there's too many here. Moose is struggling too hard. He wants it to get the kill on GPK, but he's not going to be able to do it. Very nice rotations coming out from VP.
Oh, and he's even going to find a regen rune top here.
Actually, they secured that for him.
Yeah,
they made that rotation to make
Didn't even need to use that healing salve on the Phoenix, but being a good friend doing that. I guess the benefit of using that is that he can save the regen now. He can go and farm this camp without having to use his rune. Oh, he did use it anyway, so whatever. Yeah,
gets himself a nice thing for his troubles.
Yeah, he's going to clear this before minute 9, so it can spawn again, more than likely. Might be a little bit close on it. Nah, he's fine. Look at that.
Easy. Ooh, and a pig pull. Nothing like a fairy trinket and a pig pole coming out of the old creep pinata. God, that sounds crazy. Never thought I'd be saying words like this in my Dota 2. But hey, it's fun. All right, so it looks like we're going to allow some sapping here for MJZ, get some of those levels online. He needs that level 6, but he has to be very careful as well, because GPK could easily kill him if he's, I mean, yes, as just stated. Slow him down just a little bit, pull out the cold feet. This is just not looking good for MJZ. He's just getting chased right behind the tower. GPK is just looking for a snack at this point. Gets another of the chains and zips on out. Easy peasy.
This is one of the worst matchups for AA in, I want to say almost all of Dota, but especially when it comes to like sitting in lane and soaking. The heroes you don't want to face are the heroes that can dive you with minimal risk. Oh, good catch here and save.
Looks like they're going to finally get some vengeance here. MNZ has had enough of this Shadow Demon, but again, that is a support. Perhaps they can turn this into a tower push, but in the mid lane, you've got GPK. He's got a double damage. He's going to be able to take their mid tower, which is very, very important.
Yeah. It's kind of a similar outcome to last game. We got into this situation as well where Thunder Predator make a rotation bottom, and in the meantime, they're getting pushed in mid. Just that time it was PL doing it, this time it is GPK on the Ember, but the end result is the same. Look how far ahead GPK is. Yeah. Level 10.5 to level 8 Storm coming up after the next creep here. So a full 2-level advantage. And yeah, if GPK maintains rune control, Storm is having a really hard time coming back into the game. He kind of needs runes to make moves, and he's going to get out-farmed. And when Ember is this farmed, he feels confident to even go and mess with Storm when he's farming his own jungle. Like if he has a read on where Leo Style is going, just go and try to steal the camps. You're almost invincible in this game. You only really die to a Mars combination, and if you have Flame Guard on, you might not even die to that. So yeah, rough times for Thunder Predator once again. Just kind of getting, they're just getting rolled. This top lane, I feel like theoretically just doesn't go like this if both teams play their best. I don't think you lose AA Weaver to Beast Shadow Demon by this much of a margin, if at all. All right, good move here from Leo Style. They're going to find a much needed kill.
This is what we definitely want to start seeing coming out from Thunder Predator, but they are invading over into the bottom area coming out from VP, so they are just putting that pressure down on Thunder Predator. But yeah, I was about to ask, you know, obviously the Storm Spirit wants some time, wants to get a little bit of farm online, but they do need to be making the space. They need to have some sort of map presence, and I'm just not feeling it. Comparatively, you know, with Virtus.Pro, who are making quite a bit amount of space, also farming, and then at the same time, you've got Nightfall just hitting the camps, having a good time.
I guess a key moment here is Mars getting Blink. So that you can set up both your Weaver, Storm, and Lina for success, and AA for that matter. Like, the arena is really good this game. It ties their lineup together nicely. It's great against Terrorblade. It's great against Shadow Demon. It's also great against Beastmaster, to be honest. You know, just containing these heroes to prevent them from moving around. The one hero that can counterplay it pretty well is Ember. And to an extent, Phoenix by just using the egg when getting jumped. But a lot of it is going to come from that dagger on Mars. And because the laning stage didn't go as well as he would have liked, it's still a little bit away, sitting 600 short of it right now. And I do think they're waiting for that, and then I would love to see them smoke. Take initiative, try to get into the enemy jungle, find a kill or two, and take mid tower, if possible.
Now, I have a question for you, because I know a lot of different casters will say, you know, you want to plan for the person that's going to be coming online the earliest. And obviously, you know, Mino's very important on the Weaver, struggling in lane, but also Frank is going to be one of those heroes that is very important to get him online. Is it a situation where they should have maybe put more attention down into Frank's lane to help him secure that early Blink Dagger to make the space for MNZ, or is it just kind of a dumpster fire either way for them because, you know, again, that top lane was very, very strong? I
think they just got outplayed. I actually think the way they distributed their resources was fine. The Lina Mars lane is good in this game. The Weaver AA lane is also good in this game. They died in ways and in lanes that they arguably just shouldn't be dying in.
Oh, all right. Well, they're going to try to make a play over onto Nightfall. They did manage to get plenty of damage, though, so they'll finally be able to take down this Terrorblade. But it looks like they're going to lose multiple heroes in this trade. Frankie's trying to get the egg. He cannot do it fast enough. Leostyle, though, over on the back end. They'll go in with the save with the disruption. Doesn't matter. Save this time will fall. GPK, though, he's hungry. He's hunting Leostyle, so has plenty of mana. This is not looking great for MNZ. He should be able to get away here, but definitely...
could be a slight chance here. He's close.
There it is, and he does not have that time lapse up. Does have the Shikuchi, though, at the very least, so no detection means he will be able to get away.
That was a 4v5. Beastmaster never showed up. He kept farming top. He's close to...
Oh my god, he's almost got the item.
Of the Overlord. Yeah, they dove down there pretty deep to get the Terrorblade. With the Spear of Mars missing, they needed a little extra time, like 2 or 3 extra seconds for those kills, or for that kill, rather. And that gave VP all the time they needed to rotate in multiple heroes and get the counterfight. So I would say overall win for VP there. Again, just Beastmaster being uninvolved. You play a 4v5 and get that trade, that's pretty damn good for them. You're going to see it here. That Spear miss. If he has Sunder here, he might even live, right? Like, he got AA blasted and he could have Sundered the Mars for full HP, but not skilled yet. Nice Supernova there on last bit of health. And that's the end of that trade. So, yeah, just to go back to what you were talking about before with the Mars, right? If you have Mars Lina against Terrorblade Phoenix, I think that should be a good lane matchup. I think the Weaver AA should definitely hold their own or also win against Beastmaster SD. So going back to the lane stage, like sometimes you gotta call a spade a spade. If you misplayed and lost, that happens. Like sometimes you just lose games on making mistakes, right? It's not always a lot of depth.
God moves.
Yep.
Whew.
They killed him from 1,000 range.
No damage, though.
Yep.
So I was going to mention, you said the dagger. Very important for Frank here to be able to start making plays. But like, I'm concerned now. Like, you've got the Kaya online for your Storm. You've got the Blink Dagger on your Mars. But the way that VP plays, and this is something that they classically have done, like throughout different seasons of the DPC, is the way they just play really tightly together. They reach a certain point and they're like, okay, we're strong. We're going to take over this part of the jungle. And you can see the ward vision that they've got up over in the jungle as well.
Oof, GPK just got out in time there. Was looking for the power rune, but it will be claimed by... Oh, well, sorry, it is topped. It was...
It's him.
Leostyle activating his DD, not grabbing one. Yeah, they're playing tight. I still think it's the way to go, right, for Thunder Predator. You want to fight them. You're not going to just start split pushing or whatever. You have a Weaver that is hitting a decent item timing right now with Maelstrom Sange. Your Storm, like you said, having the Kaya and the Dagger on Mars is the big one. You try to isolate and kill the heroes that you can and open up the map, especially once again around that mid area would be really good. At defense on top tier 2, I'm not mad at this if they smoke. I think if they don't, it's just naive to think they're going to find this play. Just walking through vision now at this point.
There's so much vision, too, when you look at all the wards that have already been pre-placed, not even mentioning the fact they have the outpost.
Right, it's just very telegraphed, right? They know this is coming. They have... and I mean, there isn't even a tier 2, my bad. Beastmaster already destroyed that, so they're not even defending that. They're just pushing out the wave. And this gives a lot of information to Nightfall bottom. He's just pushing out the usually dangerous lane here with Terrorblade because he knows that based on the vision they have in the Dire jungle top half, that there's a maximum of 1 hero bottom. And that hero will not solo him. So a lot of safety for him to get that extra farm. And basically pushing all the way into the bottom tier 1 with his illusion right now as he transitions into the jungle with his main hero. So just maximizing very well. And I have to say, honestly, it's kind of impressive to me how farmed MNZ is. Like, considering he had those 3 deaths in lane, if you imagine this game from the perspective of a Weaver not getting a bad laning outcome, he could have been on 10k net worth at this point, actually, and been looking very dangerous. But
well, they know that he's making his way over here. They do have all the wards. Even as he Shikuchi's through, they've got the sentry. This Roche is going down very quickly. I'm not sure. They do have the Blink Dagger, though. So they could try to make this happen. MJ's just throwing his body forward. Gets immediately roared. Leostyle jumping back. They've got the egg. Looking for the opening. Egg is going to go off here. The zip through from Leostyle, though. Oh, it's still going to be Nightfall who grabs up that Aegis. Will be able to murder Leo. He was trying for a cheeky play. They're not going to be able to do it. As the rest of Thunder Predator are forced to retreat.
Yeah, he missed the timing on Storm by about half a second there. He jumped too early, and not only that, Roshan wasn't dead yet, but he arrived before the supernova exploded. What he was trying for there was to be mid-air so he doesn't take the supernova stun. Unfortunately for him, he did complete his travel first and then get stunned, and then he got chained. So, oh my goodness.
Look at that damage. The follow-up. He is super dead. Very nice clean plays coming out from the side of VP. Hold on, I'm not sure if we're quite done. Oh, great, we have the dragon. The dragon is back, Cinder.
Yep, dragon's back.
Oh, that Helm of the Overlord, man. What an item. Oh, geez, MJZ, just wrong place, wrong time, my friend. You might just die to the zoo. They might just chase you down and munch on you. That appears to be the situation. Luckily, Moose is nearby, but look how tanky these creeps are, too. Leo style, jumping forward, just giving a little bit of a poke here to DM. He knows that the roar is still pretty much down, but has to be careful. It's going to be up in just a couple seconds. Cannot afford to die here and get locked down. Gets a little love tap there from GPK. They want this tower, and they're positioned for it. Especially with that Aegis, they're looking to make moves. But to go back to your other statement about the Weaver, you know, yeah, he had multiple deaths in lane. I was checking his levels. He was still on par, a little bit behind from DM, but also his gold is actually still fairly high. So like you said, it is impressive.
And it's a bit of a shame, right? Because you can kind of see the writing on the wall here. It's a big lead for VP, 8,000 gold up, and it just makes you wonder if Thunder Predator don't have these. I don't know if I want to call them just blunders, but the lanes. Oh boy!
It's the same place he got chained last time. Does have MJZ nearby? Have vision up there. Leo now forced to run away. He is sitting very, very low.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, if you think back to minute 10, they actually had critical mistakes in every lane. The Storm tried to kill the Ember and got solo killed when he overdove. The top lane Weaver has 3 deaths in lane against Beastmaster Shadow Demon. And in the bottom lane, the Lina Mars didn't really win against Terrorblade Phoenix. I think they just traded evenly. So if they had brushed up on their lane mechanics and done a really good job in lane, I think this game would have looked very competitive now and maybe even Thunder Predator favored. But VP has just been outclassing them in the lanes. Oh, good disruption.
They're an excellent team. The rest of the team, though, of course, is here. They're looking for the opening. They'll get the egg off. They'll take down Save, but they'll be losing Leo Saw and Frank during all of this, as now the Weaver has been hit. He's been roared. He's been locked down, and he is indeed dead. Moose now forced to hide over here in the tree line. He uses his piggy bullets, trying to run away, run to safety. Run, little pig, run away back home. And it looks like they will just back off. They'll pay attention to this tower. They've got that courier over there too, up over on the ledge. A little bit of vision, but eventually they'll find Moose.
Got to see a little bit of a dive bomb in action there from DM. Great shard against Weaver. It can really catch you off guard that you just get stunned out of seemingly nowhere from the Hawk. And that was what chained him into getting his roar off. So nicely done here from DM. That might be a part of this replay. I think it is. We're going to see it. First of all, so we're going to start with the disruption from Save. Very quick here, dodging the spear. And it might look inconsequential because he kind of dies right after, but it's about the setup, right? The enemy team sticks around for so long to get this kill that they're completely compromised, and there's the dive bomb into the roar. Very nicely done. So just that disruption actually made a huge difference. Just delaying his inevitable death by 2.5 seconds set up his entire team to come in and find 3 quick kills.
And that's without a Blink Dagger.
Yep.
And now we have the Blink online for the Beastmaster, so these setups, which are already fantastic, are going to be even better. Oh, again, another disruption coming out here from Save. MNZ trying to run away. Leo jumping onto the back lines. Do manage to get the kill on MNZ. Roar comes out. They're locking him into place, and that's going to be a dead Storm Spirit. Moves, of course, slowing down. MJZ can't hope to survive. He's immediately going to get melted, and the GGs get called. Thunder Predator, they've had enough.
They're just outclassed. I think it's fair to say. VP are just playing. They're playing better Dota. I really like